What's up, y'all? It's your girl Nia Williams, and welcome back to another video. But in today's video, you already know what we're talking about. It's part 6 of the chakra healing series, and you know, with number 6 of the chakras, it's that third eye chakra, Ajna. Ajna. I don't know how to pronounce these words. Today's video, we're going to be talking about owning your inner power, what that means, what it looks like. Also, I'm going to be sharing some personal realizations that I got throughout my journey. Y'all already know how it goes. There's not much that I need to say besides let's get into it. Now, when you're owning your inner power, it has a lot to do with, we all know, your intuition, your alignment, your inner guide, your choices and decisions, your self-awareness. We all know what your power is. You know, your power is not what other people do or how they treat you or how other people move around you. That's not your power. What your power is how you show up in the room, how you show up for yourself, how you move when other people are around, how you choose the different types of people that you involve yourself in, the types of rooms that you want to be in. You know, your choices, your decisions, the things that you reflect on, you know, your inner, right? Everything that has to do with you. I've been saying this in all of my videos, that all of the chakras pour into each other. All of the energies, all the blockages, everything that is from one chakra always flows into the next. So you already know if things are in your blockages below this chakra, it's always going to flow into your intuition. You're always going to question yourself. You're always going to wonder whether or not what you're doing or where you're being led to is actually where you want to go when this shit is misaligned. The main blockage in this chakra, in your third eye chakra, is illusions. Come on now. Illusions. And the reason why illusions block this intuitive sense in your third eye chakra is because it plays a lot on your mental. It plays a lot on your beliefs. It plays a lot on who you choose to be in the day-to-day life, right? We got so many illusions, delusions every fucking where. And if you know illusion magic, if you know what it is, if you know by you doing it or experience it from somebody or whatever, you know that it plays a lot on your mental, it plays a lot on your heart, it plays a lot on the things that you care about, the things that matter to you the most. And this is where we have to really discipline ourselves in our own power so that illusions and people who do illusion magic do not sway us or manipulate us into believing that things outside of us is what controls us, because it doesn't. So one way to get rid of the blockage of illusions is trusting your intuition. Now, I'm gonna make a big ass disclaimer. Your intuition does not come from a chaotic space, meaning you do not get your intuition just because a bunch of bullshit is going on around you and you tap in, oh my gosh, I just tapped into something, I know something's gonna happen. And it does not come from you knowing somebody's behavior and pattern and knowing that they're gonna do something. That's not intuition either, baby. That's not. Let's not get it twisted. Intuition comes from a place of peace. When you're actually at ease and in your body, this is where you get your intuition. You don't get your intuition from dissociating. You do not get your intuition from playing in illusions and being delusional. You do not get your intuition from that. A lot of people on the spiritual journey that they're on now would say delusion is the key and just be delusional, because you know, if you want to go down that route, by all means, go right ahead. If it works for you, it works for you. But I'm telling you right now, for a lot of people, for majority of us, being delusional does not work. It doesn't. And a lot of it has to do with the communication that you tell yourself in your throat chakra. If you want to know more about that, go check out my last video. When we are in a space of constant chaos, or where we already know somebody's behavior, we know somebody's patterns, we know how somebody's gonna move, we know how somebody's gonna act, you do not get your intuition from these things. This is just common sense, right? Don't confuse your common sense with your intuition, because those are two different things, okay? Two different things completely. Now, can one help the other out? Yes, it can. But It is not one and the same thing. See, your common sense will tell you, this person right here, I already know that they're on some bullshit, and they're on a whole different time that I'm on, so they're gonna move this way. That's what your common sense is telling you. When you try to tap into your intuition with this person, you're not trying to pick up on, oh, what are they going to do next? What moves are they going to make next? Who are they going to be talking to next? You're not tapping into your intuition, baby. You're trying to sort through your unmanaged thoughts and your emotions from the situation. And this is, you got to go back to my other chakra healing videos to talk about self-esteem, transforming grief into grace, communicating with yourself. Go check out those videos. But when you are tapping into your intuition, you got to get past these intrusive thoughts. You got to get past all of those. And you got to get in a space of silence, peace, like I said. Something that is peaceful and grounding. And when you get into this place of peace, you're not asking, what are they going to do? You're asking, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do in this situation moving forward with this person? What am I supposed to tell this person, or how am I supposed to go about this thing? You're asking questions about self. You're not asking questions to get an understanding of somebody else or tap into what somebody else is going to do in their future. If you have common sense intact, you will already see this shit, right? If you're an active listener, you can listen to the words that they say, and you can already tell somebody's history, and you can tell where they come from and where they're gonna go because of the way that they speak, and also because of the way that they move to their behaviors. It's all about tapping into these multiple tools and using them simultaneously. We're not tapping into these tools just to point out somebody else's flaws, point out somebody else's shortcomings, point out somebody else's behaviors. This is not what we tap into our intuition for. And when I say we, I'm talking about the collective of people who are on a awakening consciousness that knows the foundation and the fundamentals and the tools that are needed for healing. Every person has their own journey. Yes, everybody has their own things that they're tapping into, but within everybody's journey comes wisdom. When you sit in a place of peace and you get tapped into your intuition, this is where your wisdom comes from. Your wisdom doesn't just come from your experiences and what you've been through, and you've been through so many fucked up situations and fucked up relationships and everything's just fucked up, so now I know the goodness and everything. No, it doesn't yet. It's a process. It's something that you go through. It's something that you change. It's something that you shift. When you shift your paradigms, it's not coming from something outside of you. It's something that comes from within through repetition and things that you repeat on a daily basis. Why do you think people's programmings are so fucked up and they're stuck in a time that's not now? When you're not in your body and you're not in the present, you're always going to be somewhere else. I can also say this for myself. When I was in a space where I wasn't in my body, right? But there were moments where I tapped into my body, I tapped into my intuition, and I was able to move forward and make a decision that at one point put fear in my heart. Now I don't do that. And it's not because at one time I tapped into it and now just all of a sudden I have my intuition intact. No, it's something that you have to choose on a daily basis. Like I said, through repetition. You have to know when to do these things. You have to be tapped in. In order for you to be tapped in, you have to be present, right? So when we're in relationships with people and we're not present, we're going to go along with things and we're going to stay in relationships longer than when we have to. When you're in your body and you're present and you're in the moment, you will know when it's time for me to leave, when it's time for me to stay, when it's time for me to pull back, when it's time for me to give access, when it's time for me to go ahead and let me go do my thing and know when they're doing their thing. This is something that you tap into and you will know automatically off the rip. This is why I've been saying recently, what's understood doesn't need to be said. I have friends now and friends that I've known for a while that when we communicate, when we talk, a lot of the conversations is automatically understood. So there's no overstepping of boundaries. And if there's something that is not sure and we both don't understand it, we have this open space and the relationship is built on open communication to get a better understanding. See, we didn't start off with no drama and going back and forth and doing all this bullshit. No, we started off in a space where it's like we're going to be open to understanding each other's perspective, each other's time, where they're at in their life, what they're going through, who they're going through it with, who they're not going through it with. We're getting an understanding of this first, right off the bat. We're going to pour the cement first before we start trying to build the motherfucking house, right? So in the midst of all of this, getting to know somebody, knowing when to leave, knowing when to actually give effort, when to actually commit to something, because we all want to sit here and say, oh, we're committed, or I'm doing this shit because I want to. Know it's okay to want something, but if you're in a situation or in a relationship where you want something out of this person and you're not in it because, oh, I actually want to commit to this person and commit to them long term, then your communication with self is off and you need to go get that checked before you decide to go mix with anybody, okay? And in order for you to do that, baby, you gotta check this. You gotta check your mental, you gotta check your mindset. If you're closing yourself off to new perspectives and new realities, you're not gonna be well versed in different languages, in different ways that people speak. And I'm not just talking about different languages like learning Spanish or Italian or learning Japanese. I'm not talking about actual languages. I'm just talking about ways of communication, because everybody communicates on a different time. Everybody communicates at a different vibration. So if you're not opening your mind to different perspectives and the way that people think and operate, then you won't be able to understand how to communicate to this person, because you can't, and I said this in my last video, you can't communicate to everybody on the same vibration. Everybody don't get it. So the ones that don't get it, some people will close off and be like, hell nah, and they talking about some bullshit, I'm off. Or some people will be open and be like, okay, I actually want to get an understanding. What do you mean? Can you elaborate? If they still don't understand, they ask questions. What do you mean by this? Or do you mean by that? If somebody is communicating to you on this time and on this vibration, you know for a fact that they're open-minded to new perspectives and new reality, meaning they got this shit in check, meaning they are tapped in with their intuition, meaning they own their motherfucking power. Okay, because confusion comes from within. It doesn't come from people on the outside and they said something and it moved a different way. If somebody's doing that, you can see clearly that this person is confused in their life, but it don't make you confused. You know what the fuck is actually going on. Okay, when you own your power, when you don't allow somebody else's confusion, somebody else's reality, somebody else's way of being to influence how you are on a daily fucking basis, baby, you owning your motherfucking power. But in order to do this, you have to get out of your own delusions. The things that you have constantly told yourself and programmed yourself to believe, and then actually moved on and then seen that, okay, this type of behavior mixed with this type of lifestyle, mixed with this type of mindset equals this type of reality or thing that I'm existing in present time. If you don't want it, then baby, you can switch it up and get something fucking different. If that's what you want, then you can keep building on that. This, once you realize the way that the universe works in manifestation, you will understand that things are that's in your power. You can control. You can live multiple different lifetimes on one reality because you chose to, because you owned your power and realized, I can change this shit. I can flip this shit up however way I want to. I can actually make this shit into whatever. And a lot of us don't tap into this power because we don't know at the core of our beings, we are creatives. No matter what type of outlet you want to go down, whether it's investing into real estate, whether you're actually being an artist or a photographer or a videographer or a dancer or a contractor, it doesn't matter what you choose to be. At the end of the day, you are creating a reality. You are creating something for yourself. In the end, you are being creative, right? You have to use this. You have to use your mind. You have to use the things that you were taught. You have to use your programming, your mentality in order to create your reality. It's all about your own power, what you have within. Oh yeah, it's getting hot in the sun. I need to get in the shade. Much better. Mucho mejor. Anyways, in order to tap into your own power, it's a mental thing. It's a mental process first, and it requires discipline, right? A lot of discipline. It requires you to be so self-aware on a daily basis, where you actually have to be present in present time every single day, in this moment right now, being aware. Now you can practice this with meditation, mindfulness, however you want to practice being in the present moment. That is up to you. But I'm going to tell you right now, it is not something that happens overnight. It is not something that will happen in a day. It is something that is a habit, right? That is built off of repetition on a daily basis. You actually getting into it every single day. A lot of us might ask this question, and this doesn't go for the people who are stuck on social media and want their life to look a certain way, but they actually don't want to do no work towards it. It's not for y'all. It's for the people that actually want to do the work and actually put in effort to actually be committed to this shit, okay? Because the work, the shadow work, the inner work, the whatever kind of work you want to fucking call it, requires you to be committed. And if you don't have commitment to shit, you're not going to be committed to the work. If you don't have commitment to a partner, to a project, to a dream or a goal that you want to fucking accomplish, then you're not going to have commitment to self. Right? Before it manifests outside of you, it always comes from within. So the first thing you want to do when you want to take back your power and own your shit is reprogramming your mindset to actually align with what you want out of life. And in order for you to upgrade your mindset, you got to educate yourself on some new shit. This is the complicated part, because it's the information age. Everything's on social media. All the information is on social media. So you have to discipline yourself and develop some habits to where you're using social media for the right things. For example, if you're going to be on YouTube, don't be sitting on YouTube scrolling through all them podcasts and just watching shit for entertainment. Start watching shit for education. Start listening to different people's words and what they use. And just using your skills to actually do what they're meant to do. Use your ears to fucking listen. Use your eyes to observe, okay? Use your mouth to speak the fucking truth. Okay, use your brain to actually process what the fuck you're being told, right? So when you educate yourself on new things, it can be not just watching podcasts, but reading a fucking book, joining a book club, getting into some type of activities or social clubs that will help open your mindset to different things, like going to an art class, going to a fucking welding class, or whatever type of class that will educate you, right? It could be anything. You don't have to go to a fucking school and go get your master's degree or your bachelor's degree on something. No, the information's right there in your phone. You have to be disciplined with using your phone for what it was meant to be used for. Don't let your phone use you and you be scrolling through social media for hours, even though we all do it sometimes. But you have to be aware. It's a difference between consciously doing it and just mindlessly doing it. If you consciously do it and you scroll and you're actually going there to get the information you need, maybe some inspiration, maybe you're looking into something different, then that's what you use it for. But to use it to stalk people's pages, wonder what the fuck this person got going on, talk shit about how this person got this, check up on the latest gossip with this person and this person, then you're using it for all the fucking wrong reasons. I'm just being truthful, just being facts, okay? Just speaking facts. The second thing you want to do after you reprogram your mind and start educating yourself on something different, you actually have to want to change. Before any of those steps happen, you have to want to change. You have to want it. It has to come from within. You have to desire that shit deep within. Your soul has to want it. You have to feel that shit shake you so fucking hard. And sometimes it shakes people, but they go off their ronkers. They don't know what to fucking hold on to. Once they tap into their soul and they realize that their soul was hurting, they'll attach themselves to the next external thing instead of tapping in with self and realizing, okay, what can I give you, which speaking in second person, talking to yourself, what can I give you to make you feel better? Not, okay, what do I need, who do I need to bring to make you feel better? No, what do I need to bring outside of this? No, how can I, what changes do I need to make within my behaviors and within my daily routine so that you can be better, right? And this is when you start to own your power, just by making that change and just by making that first step of educating yourself on different things and opening your mind up for different perspectives and being more intentional with what you do and how you spend your time. Boy, when I tell you, anything that happens after you do that, the people that want to come up against you, they want to say something about you, your family members want to say something, you know, now they thinking you one way and all this extra shit. Whatever the case may be, you have to be so committed to the work that what they say, their perspectives, their perception of you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't shake what you're doing. It doesn't shake where you're going. It doesn't shake your intuition and what your intuition is telling you about how you should moving forward. It should not shake any of that. And if it does, then there's some blockages in the other chakras that I mentioned. There could be some blockages in your self-esteem, your solar plex chakra. There can be some blockages in your root chakra when it comes to grounding yourself and actually staying disciplined. Like, this is more than just changing your mindset. It's more than just that. It's more than just doing something for 30 days just to see if you can fucking do it. No, it's actually about, I have to do this. I have to make this sacrifice in order for me to be better. Because right now, I'm good, yeah. But there's something within me saying that I could be on a whole nother level. And that's what I want to trust. That's where that inner thing that's telling me I could do so much better, I want to learn from that. What can I do? It doesn't take you a whole year to complete a task that you should have completed yesterday. It doesn't take that long. Write the steps out. This is how you own your power, because nothing outside of you is telling you to do this shit. You're telling yourself to do this. I need to get this shit done. I need to fill out this application so I can get X, Y, and Z. Okay, you need to fill out the application. What website do you need to go on? Who do you need to call? Where do you need to go? Write that first step out. I need to go to this place to get this thing so I can get the application for this. And it's planning it, right? It's being intentional with accomplishing your goals. This is how you, like I said, this is how you own your power. Now, the reason why a lot of people get stuck at this first step is because they have a lot of unmanaged thoughts. Their mind goes to so many different outlets and perspectives and scenarios to where they can't keep up, to where they're now getting emotional behind the things that they made up in their own mind. And when I tell you that is pure insanity, it's fucking insanity. And not only to believe, to think it, to believe it, and then act on it, bitch, you're fucking crazy, nigga, you're fucking insane. This is how people die. This is how people be in the insane asylum. This is how they be in the psych ward. This is how they be in situations they don't want to fucking be in. This is how people end up getting fucking raped. This is how people end up getting all over the motherfucking place, because their thoughts in their mind are so unmanaged that they're not able to be in the present time, see things for what they clearly are, ask questions when they don't have an understanding, and then trust their intuition to guide them to a place where they're not getting hurt or they're not being drained of something emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You're not getting drained of anything, right? You have an internal compass. People be saying this all the time. Follow your internal compass. Follow your inner guide. Yes, your guide is there, but are you actually listening? And the way you can listen is being present in your body. And when your body feels something, don't attach your emotions to the outcome. Don't. Let your emotions be a separate thing. Use your body to tell you, okay, this is what I'm feeling right now. So because I'm feeling this high intensity, maybe I need to go take a breath. I need to go do this. Don't sit here and try to project your shit and make somebody else do what you want them to do. No. Actually be in your body and figure out what you need to do for yourself. Okay, right now I'm feeling all of this anxiety for being around this person. I don't really feel open. Maybe it's time for me to leave. Owning your power. Instead of, oh, let me actually stay in this shit. No, let me stay. Let me stay because I came all the way over here to just do this. Nah, let me stay. No, don't stay. If your body's telling you to get the fuck, and in your mind you're realizing my anxiety's all over the fucking roof. I can't calm down. I can't get these thoughts out of my fucking head. I've done wrote them down. I done sung them out loud, but they're still coming back. I need to get to a place where I can calm this shit down. There's so much things going on around me that I can't even be in my body and be present and make a present day decision to leave. I'm too busy thinking about the future. I'm too busy thinking about pleasing this person. I'm too busy thinking about what about me and being selfish and trying to play the victim. There's too much shit going on for you to understand that I need to do something for me right now. Because we all know that your environment plays a huge role in your programming, in your mindset, in the things that you believe, in the way that you move, the people that you allow around you, your environment. So if you're in an environment where you can't get out of this shit, or you're trying to be something different and your environment is not matching that different time that you want to be on, you're gonna always go back. You're gonna spiral back down. You're gonna end up going right back through that cycle. You're gonna end up doing the shit all over again, and you're gonna be stuck in the in-between. And I have to make a video on this. I've talked about it before in one of my voice memos. But when you're sitting here thinking that everybody else is the problem, everybody else is the issue, and you're fighting everybody else to get out of the environment that you're in, the whole time it's you. You can't outrun you. At the end of the day, you're the one that you need to square up with and start boxing and getting out the motherfucking way for you to get into a better thing. Now, when you start to do this within and with yourself first, before trying to change your environment, the environment you will navigate and gravitate to an environment that's more aligning for you. You won't have to tell people to get out. You won't have to tell people, I'm gonna leave you, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that. No, just shit naturally goes back to natural order, right? And what I mean by natural order is where everybody in your life knows what role they're supposed to fucking play. Natural order. Nobody's playing a role that they think they should play, or playing this role because this is the role I want to fucking play. No. You're in somebody's life, you're aware, you're conscious, you own your power, you know where you fucking stand, and you know where they stand. They know where they stand, and they know where you stand. And it's a mutual understanding. Like I said in the beginning, what's understood doesn't need to be fucking said. If you understand that your role is to play this, I don't need to explain it to you. I don't need to explain to you that you're supposed to be my friend, not a nigga that's trying to fuck me, not my nigga. You're just supposed to be my friend. If we already understand at the beginning of starting this connection that, hey, we're gonna be fucking on each other, we're just friends, we're not trying to get into nothing serious, then there should not be an overstep of any boundaries, giving too much, or feeling like you're doing too much or not giving enough. There won't be these feelings, okay? Now, if there are these feelings, it's because there's a miscommunication with yourself, there's communication with the man that you're doing it with, and there's miscommunication with your whole entire reality. You done manifested something that you really didn't want because you're not communicating clearly with the universe, God, or within yourself. So, like I said, it all intertwines with each other. It's all connected. You can sit here and try to play the victim, or you can own up, take accountability that you didn't have no power. It's your choice. What type of sacrifice you want to make? See, a lot of people would rather sacrifice the truth and their reality, sacrifice their intuition, their inner guide, to believe some fucking illusions that they done told themselves. See, they rather sacrifice a piece of themselves to gain some fake shit that's never gonna fucking last. And you gotta decide whether or not you're gonna be that type of person, or you're gonna be the type of person that actually owns their shit, takes accountability for the lack of power or the power thereof over the decisions and the situations and the outcomes that have happened to you. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If the message resonated with you, give this bitch a big ass thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And I will always see you guys in the next one.